Fable 90. The Falconer and Partridge. A falconer having taken a partridge in his nets, the bird begged hard for a reprieve, and promised the man, if he would let him go, to decoy other partridges into his net. "No," replied the falconer, "I was before determined not to spare you, but now you have condemned yourself by your own words, for he who is such a scoundrel as to offer, to betray his friends to save himself, deserves, if possible, worse than death." Moral. Better a death of honor than a life of shame. Application. There are certain human actions which the common consent of mankind in all ages and countries, by the promptings of a universal instinct, has stamped with a verdict of repudiation and infamy. Amongst these, the conduct represented in the person of the bird in this fable stands conspicuous. He who could consent to save his own life at the cost of ruin to his country, and of injury to his own friends and countrymen, especially when that ruin is to be compassed by his own active treachery, is deservedly held up to reprobation. Life is a great boon, but it may be too dearly purchased at the price of personal dishonor. It is related of Conrad Wallenrod, the last chief of the order of Teutonic Knights in Lithuania, that he entered the order, and professed great zeal for its interests, and became its Grand Master, being secretly animated throughout his career with the design of revealing its counsels, betraying its castles, and exposing its armies to their enemies, and that he finally succeeded in thus treacherously effecting its annihilation and destruction. His memory is deservedly held in universal execration. This fable condemns the cowardice which would purchase life at the price of honor, and encourages the noble and unselfish conduct of the man, who knows the wrongs of want to bear, e'en in its lowest last extreme, yet can, with conscious virtue, fear, far worse than death, the deed of shame. In this true patriotism, is to be found the best guarantee for the preservation of personal liberty, for the welfare of states, and for the continued independence of nations. Mine honor is my affairs doth grow in one. Take honor from me, and my life is done.